Baltimore, Glenn Clark, alongside my partner, Chris Gunkel. Chris, let's meet our players to watch. Tell me about Maryland's Luke Wierman.
One of the nation's best, Glenn. He's the program record holder for Faceoffs won. He's won 300 out of 451 taken.
He had a 10 for 17 day.
Well, no doubt, Glenn, but you and I discussed this prior to this face-off that Luke has had not only a great fall, but a great preseason. I think they're very optimistic about how he's going to play today.
Not surprisingly, Luke Wierman wins that opening face-off. Eric Pacheco getting...
I think you're going to see a little bit different...
Pacheco got faked out by Luke Wierman there.
A little bit different offensively this year for the Greyhounds. Last year with Lindley and Olmstead, maybe ran the offense through.
This game was going to play out. They are far too good for that.
Yeah, but what you have to be careful of is a game of runs, right? They're obviously going to score, but you have to prevent them from scoring in bunches.
Luke Wierman wins another face-off. He's won them all so far today. Murphy. Chris Gunkel, can Maryland, or can Loyola, I guess, continue to survive not winning any face-offs right now?
Well, I think it's going to be difficult. If you look at some of the stats from the first period, Maryland led in shots 11-7. Conversely, though, Stout had 6 saves for Loyola. Maryland is also leading the ground ball battle 9-3. All that.
This is a tough situation for them to win big in week 1 and have to come in here and play Loyola on their opener with no expectations. It's not an easy task.
Wierman again able to dig that out as it continues to be a 0 in the face-off department for Loyola on the day. That's about the only thing so far that's not going pretty well. They lead 3-1 for Higgins' first.
The Greyhound style of defense.
Yeah, I think if you make somebody turn the corner from X and score, it's percentage-wise, it's a tough shot, so maybe we live with it.
Pretty wild, and I had actually never heard it before. You weren't always going to be a Greyhound.
That was not the original plan, but I was always destined to be, I think.
That's the right way to say it. So you were going to, and that's the first face-off win of the day, by the way. First in 8 tries for the Hounds.
Boy, that's really interesting that Loyola wins the face-off by a draw that goes all the way back to the restraining line. And that won't happen twice against Makar. I can assure you of that. And I think just like his dad, who also played at Maryland.
2-time All-Patriot League selection, Evan James, with his second goal of the day, face-off violation. That's the first in the half on Pacheco.
So if you're loyal, you have to really communicate. You have to have great spacing.
Under 2 minutes to play in this second quarter. Loyola back.
Reacted spin. Difficult save there for Stout.
Second goal of the season for Long. Of course, the assist. His first today. Pacheco had a shot at that, not able to come up with it, and nobody knows where the ball is. The intensity of these face-offs.
Boy, isn't it amazing, Glenn, how into it the crowd is? It's just a face-off, right? But when they win a face-off, it's like a major victory. This is critical, Glenn, because they're going to push it forward. They have a guy that can do it here, so you hope just to tie up.
Keep it on the turf, push it back. It seems to be exactly what the strategy was for Pacheco, and they indeed will kill off the remainder of the clock. Well done in that final face-off situation. Why would Maryland need to start this half taking a timeout?
I don't know.
It just makes me wonder if it was they were late coming out of the locker room as Wierman starts second half with a quick face-off win. He wants to push, and that's off the pipe. It'll bounce right to Murphy, however. And fortunate for Loyola that Murphy didn't see that Kelly.
We're back. Loyola's back where they're having to take on Wierman, and they may be playing defense again, and they are.
First of the day for Maltz, second of the season. Wierman swings it backwards. Tracking it down was Kohler. And now Maryland with a chance to go in front. They have not led today. 5-5 game, 5 quarter. Greyhounds are back in front 6-5, but Wierman's got it again for Maryland. Again, has won all but 2 face-offs today. Has been leading number 2 Maryland 7-5. Glenn Clark, Chris Gunkel with you. The Patriot League is on ESPN. Maryland has not lost a regular season game since before the pandemic. Greyhounds trying to end that. Wierman moves it, long pole. It's a dangerous long pole as we talk to them, but it'll be very difficult to do as I say that. Boy, there was a great chance there for Pacheco to get it.
Yeah, Loyola fans are going for a hold there against Maryland as Checkers take it to the ground.
It felt like he was dragged down, no doubt.
Certainly a challenging series here for Loyola as they've been playing a lot of defense.
And to your point, Charlotte Toomey is still letting the officials know about it. Fired up on the sideline. Second goal of the day for the freshman, making his collegiate debut against the defending national champions, and very much so looking the part. Another face-off win for Maryland.
I was getting ready to say, but that was somewhat of a win for Loyola.
Just to back them up?
And just have to make them clear. I mean, at least you prevent a break. I thought they
ball number, because in the stats it shows Maryland with 30 to Loyola's 18. But as we pointed out, the face-offs, 15-2. So the majority of those ground balls have come via the face-offs. Ground balls are about even outside of the face-offs.
Yeah, so that's a great point, Glenn, that you don't see in the stats. It'd be interesting to break that down. As Loyola here starts with possession, somewhat of a win as they don't win the face-off clean. Ball. As
a Greyhound here in his senior season. And if Loyola hangs on, it will be remembered for some time. 9-6 game, quick face-off win for Wierman, but a great trail check.
Well, Maryland was in a 10-man or not, but Loyola did a great job of finding Minicus.
Hughes gets the assist on the Minicus goal. Minicus second of the day. Hughes first point of the season. It's 12-6. Loyola rolling in the second half. They're putting the game away in those situations and not turning it over. And this is probably not going to end up biting them. It would take something truly historic as Pacheco is using his physical play to try to win a face-off and not able to come up with it.
Important here to be organized if you're Loyola. Maryland's going to shoot and shoot quickly.
Bouncer, Stout handles it.